You can plan a beach day, but you can't plan on what the ocean decides to leave behind. That's what makes shelling an adventure, because every tide writes its own story. And today, our story will involve a few sand dollars, and it will take place near and on Keewaydin Island, where there is no shortage of shells. But will this story be a typical summer stroll, or will Keewaydin be incredibly generous and give me lots of things to ooh and ah about? Well, we will find out, as I really hope the weather holds out. We got some rumblings going on. It is summer here in Florida. Well, frankly, it's summer well, no, it's not summer in the southern hemisphere. Anyway, summer here in Florida does mean some pretty amazing weather. Look at those clouds. Just beautiful. So we're going to make our way over to Keewaydin. Now, what's really special about the person that I decided, or the tour group that I decided to go out with, is that I'm getting dropped off on a sandbar. So this sandbar is just a little bit south of the actual island of Keewaydin, because there's lots and lots of opportunities here. So my shell tour, which I will tell you about at the end of this video, is going to start here on this sandbar, and we're going to start exploring and see what all is here. Now, I'm really hoping for alphabet cones. So word on the street, there's a couple of here. This is a bay scallop that caught my eye. I happen to really like the bay scallop, but I'm really hoping for good stuff. And not to give too much away, this is not a typical summer shelling day on Keewaydin. There's going to be so many fun things to find, and a couple of critters, including this fun looking fella and a rainbow. So if you're ready to see what all Keewaydin is going to bless us with today, let's go to the beach. Well, that didn't take long. I was very excited to find my first cones. So not even single, plural. Now this is a little unusual for the summer. Alphabet cones are not, they're more rare than some of the other shells, which just makes them more desirable. And it makes it a lot harder to find them. So to kind of pop on the island, find a bay scallop and 2 alphabet cones is pretty darn cool. Fingers crossed, some of the day or some of the other parts of the day are going to be just as fruitful. Look at this. All right, so we have a Cinctura hunteria, or a banded tulip. Oh, and a lettered olive. Yep, those are swell. They get to about 2.7 inches. So that one's not, I wouldn't say that's record size or anything. It's one of the larger ones. So yes, there is weather in the area. So I do have my rain jacket in my backpack just in case. Oh, it's going to be a good day, isn't it? Oh, hello, alphabet cone. This is fantastic shelling for this time of year. I would weather a thunderstorm for this. Well, not lightning. Thunderstorm anytime. Lightning, I still have a very, very healthy respect for lightning. So clearly there is no shortage of shells here. And I am still just trying to concentrate on the better quality shells. I mean, I've only been here for like 9 minutes, literally. So before I start really kind of branching out and just kind of taking advantage of everything that's here, typically, if I can, when I first get to an island, I will try to concentrate on the quote-unquote better shells. So here we have another, in my humble opinion, better shell. Here is another alphabet cone. Oh, so happy. Oh, look, here's a decent sized horse conch. Okay, it is a little broken. I'm not worried about the stuff on it. I'm going to keep it. I could always bring it back to the beach another time. Oh, look at the color on this. Gorgeous lightning whelk, or the Sinistrifulgur sinistrum. Yeah, I do like that base scallop. I'm going to pick it up, consider it, probably leave it here. Yeah, but let's take a look at this lightning whelk. Oh, the color's gorgeous. Now, I do want to point out the aperture. So just keep that in the back of your mind for those of you who don't know, because I will be talking about that a little bit later in the video. So that is a lightning whelk. And that opening on the left, which is special for the lightning whelk, is called the aperture. Beautiful big clouds out there. And again, over back here, there's a little bit of rumbling going on. So I'm just going to keep my eyes peeled. So I did come over. There's, I think, 5 other people on this little sandbar with me. So from a competition standpoint, there's really not many people here. Look at this little critter. So obviously it's a lettered olive. It's got its little siphon. And you can clearly see, so that little indentation on the, I guess it would be the front of the shell, is for that little siphon to come out. So it's just gliding along. And that's why olives are very smooth and shiny, because their body does kind of wrap around their shell. Oh, here's another one. See, would I normally show you this? Normally I wouldn't. But I do want to kind of just explain. It's not like I show up and think, and it's just like I'm on the beach for a half hour and I'm able to show you. It's not. I pick up a lot of things that I actually don't show you. Not that this is hard work or anything, but I just don't want to give you illusions that you show up and every single thing you pick up is going to be amazing, because I cut a lot of that out. Look at this rose petal Tellin. That is not something I expected to find over here. Well, isn't that a delightful little surprise? A rose petal Tellin. Oh, hello, sand dollar. Now, this is a 5-hole keyhole sand dollar. I do find them kind of regularly, but man, it's always really special. So I do keep a little hard container in my shell bag to make sure that they stay protected. Oh, hello, Spiky. So here's a little spiny jewel box. The juveniles will be a little more pink. You can kind of see it's a little pinker on the shorter end of it. So it's a little spiny jewel box. Now, the fighting conchs will have a very distinct zigzag pattern when they're, not always, but when they're smaller, and they typically lose that zigzag pattern as they get bigger. Yes, I have a couple other shells in my hand. Let's see, let's rinse these off in this puddle. So typically, as this shell gets bigger, it would lose those zigzags. So I'm going just bananas because the adults don't normally have those patterns. That's beautiful. All right, we have one of those lightning whelks, Sinister Fulgur Sinistrum. Again, with that opening on the left. Awesome. So here's a calico scallop. I think I'm going to pass. Yeah, I'm going to pass the calico, but I do like a good bay scallop. So we're going to end up with this bay scallop and lightning whelk as well. Awesome. Oh, so yeah, I just take a minute, take a deep breath in. Man, do I get to be here? This is so beautiful. And I get to do something I love. And this is just my absolute favorite thing to do. So here is a calico scallop. Yes, the shells do make it fun, but honestly, just being here is enough. I'm just happy that there's other things I can kind of amuse my brain with, because I do like hunting. It is a very, very fun to look for these things. So here is another alphabet cone. I am still hoping to find them. So throughout the entire trip, I will be looking for alphabet cones for sure. You're a little darling thing, aren't you? But we'll see what else. What else is going to pique my interest? Okay, I do like the lettered olives. I am still looking for an albino version. So I have found a golden olive, which is a special colored lettered olive, but still looking for that albino. You know, I've never found an albino banded tulip either. So that is another one of those Cinctura hunteria seashells. Okay, another horse conch. Oh, it's such a great color too. So it's a little like it's a little broken. Again, you know what? I think I'm going to hold on to it. I'll work it out some other time. If I decide to bring it back to the beach, so be it. Sunray Venus clam. I think they're just swell. Sometimes they're tan, sometimes they're kind of pink or kind of a brown color. Very fancy clam. Oh, yay! Another one. That one looks pretty big. Yeah, that is pretty big. And so those max out about 3 inches. That's not quite 3 inches, but still really a substantially sized alphabet cone. You can just tell it's got some heft to it. Yep, gorgeous alphabet cone. Is it really the end of June? This is, oh, more spots, more spots. So if you see spots, investigate, because it could be an alphabet cone, could be a Genonia. Spots are good. Oh, you are dark. That looks like a giraffe, the markings on it. So it's got letters, hence the name alphabet cone. That beautiful markings. So still on the sandbar, and I will show you at some point, hopefully, well, the tide will go out to the point we make it over to Keewaydin. But this, see, it's just pretty spectacular to be over here just finding all these alphabet cones. This is just awesome. Yeah, I would expect a day like this, honestly, November, December. Why? Because we have certain winds. The northwest winds that come in during the winter kind of help push the shells onto the beach. This, usually it would be a little slower. Okay, we have a shark eye, a false shark eye. And what do I mean by slower? I mean, there just would be more common. There just would not be anything big and spectacular, more just general shells. Aw, another little sand dollar. So we're having really, really good luck. I'm going to remove the shells from the little keyholes, just in case. I don't want to put any more pressure on them. It might break. I want to protect my little sand dollar. Oh, here's a lovely bivalve. Is it my favorite? It's one of them. A turkey wing. Oh, yep. And I have to look at the bottom to see if it's broken or not. They're just very irregularly shaped. Now, pen shells are very common, and I apologize. I rarely even think to talk about them. They're just always kind of here. They do have that nacre, that mother of pearl on the inside, so that is what is responsible for those little chunks of purple and silver you might see. Ponderous arc, that is another seashell. It's always here. I don't even see it. It's one of those things like the sand, just so very, very common. I don't personally collect them. I just figure because the next time I go to the beach, I can get it. So it's just one of those things. Oh, that weather behind us is making a rainbow. Oh, as if the day couldn't be good enough. Sure, I'll take a rainbow thrown into the background too. Oh man, so that's Keewaydin over there. I'm just kind of waiting for the tide to go out to the point where it's low enough to make it over to Keewaydin. Although I'm in no rush. Try to drag me away from these alphabet cones. You'd have a hard time. Great. Another great shell. I can't believe there's so many today. Oh, that's a coquina. Gorgeous little seashells. I wish those got bigger. They have, in my opinion, the prettiest colored shells, the coquinas. Yep, there's a rainbow. A couple other people and me are having a great time. Okay, calico scallop with this little sunburst pattern on it. Now, if that were hinged, if you were to see it with its other counterpart, its other valve, it would be a different color. The calico scallops do not have matching valves like some of the other seashells, clams, and things of that nature. Okay, so looks like it was a decent fighting conch day too. What do we got here? Okay, another shark eye. Another false shark eye at that indentation on the back. Okay, so there's that silver chunk that is from the pen shell. All right, here's a calico clam. So if this were hinged, if it had its counterpart, it would look just like that. So sometimes they match, sometimes they don't. All right, cones, where are you? I couldn't possibly have found them all. And Keewaydin, I'm coming for you. I'll be over there too. Rainbow? Yep. Still have a rainbow. I've never been able to get over to the sandbar. I've been on Keewaydin and kind of looked over here, and I've never been able to make it over here. So getting dropped here was awesome. Yeah, I got skunked, so at least on this one. You never know. Check it out. Always check it out, because I've found like you're looking for one thing and sometimes you end up finding something else. So stay curious. That is a dark Cerith. Notice how the Aperature, the opening is a little bit wide, unlike the Auger, which is on the right. So the Auger's on the right, it's much more streamlined and it doesn't have any bumps or anything. Whereas the dark Cerith on the left, I know it kind of has that same shape, but it's got a flare on the Aperature and it's got bumps on it. Yes! Oh, another one. Very messy. So the black is the periostracum. On the alphabet cones, that black color I have found really does protect the shell. So I'll find these shells that just are all black and just, they don't look great, pop them in bleach and they're gorgeous. So I suspect that is another gorgeous alphabet cone. This, oh, you're adorable. So that's a little nutmeg. Nice looking nutmeg, if I'm going to say. Yep. That's a beautiful, they call it a common nutmeg. I think it's pretty. And this one's kind of late, so another olive. Yep. And we know that little indentation on the bottom of the shell, even though it's the front of the shell, that's for that little siphon to come out. The broad-ribbed cardita. Yep, that is a thick, hardy shell. I don't know that I've ever seen one with a drill hole in it, like ever. They are very well protected. All right, I see a trail here. I see a trail, and it's going to be attached to an olive. So yeah, it is busy hunting, voracious. They like coquinas, so it is looking for clams. It will eat dead stuff too, but they are hunters, so it will eat, unlike like a fighting conch, even though it's got that name and it seems all like it's going to come out and be a fighter. They just eat algae. They're like plant eaters. What a beautiful, beautiful day. Kind of surprised I managed to pick my head up considering how many amazing things I've been finding, but once I do, look at that view. That's just great. It's a critter. So this is a lightning whelk, and we can tell it's alive. That black thing is its body. So the black lump, like to the left, that's its body. You see a little black thing kind of peeking out from the middle of the shell? That's going to be its antenna. And then the black thing poking out of the front, that is its siphon. So it is alive and well. So we're I'm just leaving it alone. Still haven't made it over to look at that, the main island yet, Keewaydin. 2 rainbows. Oh, that's awesome. Oh yeah, look at that water ripping out. So yeah, the tide is going out, and we'll look at that in a minute. Yeah. So they call it like ripping, like it's moving really, really fast. I knew that was going to happen. The tide was just going out the entire time I was here. So my tour guide knew that. I knew that. And so I was just kind of waiting. Look at this fish. It got stuck and it wanted to make it out there. So it's got some sort of a dorsal fin. I don't know what it is. And it's struggling. It's trying to just get out to the Gulf. There you go. But check this out, the water's really shallow, so that wasn't that big of a fish. It definitely wasn't a shark or anything. Okay, now we have a kind of a proper double rainbow. Ripping water. I want to check, don't want to miss anything. It would be terrible to leave an alphabet cone behind. All right, there's a Cinctura hunteria. Your banded tulip. Kind of looks like a lightning whelk. And it is, yeah. Had the beauty filter of a couple inches of water on it. Beautiful, though. Obviously not a keeper. I tend to just look or keep the shells that are not broken. Lettered olive, as long as you're pointy and glossy, yeah, can't resist them. Oh, another turkey wing. Yes. Oh, you're in good shape. Yeah, they're actually really good shape. Turkey wings tend to, they have a hard knock life. They must hang out with the Florida cones. So I've made it over to the main island of Keewaydin. And look what's waiting for me. So yeah, me and my other friends over on the sandbar, we kind of cleaned out that place. But I guess there is a couple of alphabet cones over here as well. So I'll be busy looking for that and anything else. Might strike my fancy like this apple murex or the Phyllonotus pomum. Nah, it's got beach stuff on it. I'm not worried about the beach stuff. Between a dental pick and a little bit of bleach, that'll come right off. Beautiful apple murex. Oh, here's another lightning whelk. They must have like teeny tiny head. I can never really see it. You know what I mean? Like I'm always trying to like see the little critter under there. Lightning Whelk, I have terrible luck. Crown conchs, I've managed to catch it a couple of times. Yeah, I guess, well, I don't know that they're actually looking for anything because I don't know that they'd be able to see. I think they're actually kind of smelling. So lightning whelks, they like clams too, like Sunray Venus clams. Oh, and what I wanted to tell you about their aperture. So they use the edge of their shell as a tool. So if this snail were to find a clam or something, it would use the aperture of the shell to actually open the clam, which is why sometimes it's broken on the lightning whelks. I wish I could tell them, stop doing that. You're breaking your shell, but they're going to do what they're going to do. Aw, what's going on, friend? So I didn't know what this was, and so I had absolutely no intentions of touching it because there's things that can zap you, and yeah. So it's a batfish, and again, once I got home, I was able to do some research and figured out, all right, I'm going to try to get it over there, and I'm not touching it. Not because I'm afraid, I'm afraid of getting stung. So yeah, we're going to use this pen shell. And I wasn't able to film it. I needed both hands to kind of take care of that task. So there's the batfish. It's all happy. It is weird looking. It's got little fins under on its belly that also kind of look like little feet. Cool. Cool critter. All right, that is coming off the beach. You will come with me, garbage. Pick up anything I can handle. An egg cockle. Little cracked, but it does look like an egg, hence the name egg cockle. So apparently those are here too. And as I consider my luck and how lucky I am to be here, I'm going to be quiet and let everyone enjoy some beach time. All right, back to kind of the point of the island. And this would kind of be like the high rack line. All right, we got a banded tulip here. The orange is a little tiny bit more rare than some of the other banded tulip colors. Lots of ponderous arcs. This is more, like this right here. That's what I expect to see. That's typical summer shelling looking beach. To have all those other delightful things. One, well, the tide didn't hurt. If you go at low tide, you're going to have a better chance at finding the good stuff. Gorgeous. Apple murex. Yeah, a little piece of coquina on it. Oh, that is just lovely. And without beach stuff like the other one. A little dusky cone. Oh, it's somebody drilled a little hole in you. So there's a little dusky cone, another fun. Oh yeah, and banded tulip, some augers, and a broad rib cardita. So nice to see some other little specimens here. Kind of popular over here on the Big Island, right? Compared to that sandbar. So a couple more people here, but surprisingly enough, you don't know what other people are looking for. I don't know what their quote unquote skill level is. So even though there's more people on Keewaydin, there's still stuff here. Another alphabet cone. So I could, I don't think anyone passed that up just because of the way it was sitting. Gorgeous alphabet cone. Broad rib cardita, banded tulip. Yep. Yeah, another. Yeah, lovely. That cardita is a little nicer. I like the ones that have like little bumps on it. Awesome. So here, let's see if you can see. I mean, we're talking like barely a whisper is exposed. Oh, another alphabet cone. Yeah, you can't, well, you can try to hide, but I got news for you. If you have so much as just a spot sticking out of the sand, hopefully I'll find you. Because when you have good practice, you kind of know what you're looking for. Look at this cute little, oh, it's so cute. And it's got that beautiful light on it. So this soft, oh yeah. Looks, that one also kind of looks giraffe-y to me. It's a little alphabet cone. Bay scallop. They must really like calcium. They tend to have, like, they look kind of cloudy. Beautiful though. The kind of a red, holy cow. I cannot believe how many cones, and I'm just one person. I imagine everybody else here also found a lot of cones. What a day. Totally awesome. Yes, I planned the low tide part, but the fact that all these shells showed up, there were a couple of storms. I mean, nothing like crazy, and maybe that helped kind of like kick things up. Just it was unusual to have this many great specimens. Thank you, Keewaydin. Thank you for being so good to me. I'm not done yet though. Oh look, it's a ponderous arc smiling at me. Well, that's kind of fun. Oh, it looked like a little smiley face. Yep, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep that smiley face. Oh look, a little true tulip. Yep, they're going to have different coloring. Adorable little true tulip. True tulips actually prey on the banded tulips. Little horseconch, our Florida state shell. Also the second largest snail in North America, the horseconch, which is not actually a conch. It's actually a tulip. But that is a calico scallop. We already talked about the fact that the other valve wouldn't look like that. Really, really pretty. So what a day. Now I'm going to tell you, because I was finding the cones and there were so many people around, I'm thinking, man, yeah, I'm a really good sheller. Some of the newbies on the boat got horse conchs, tons of alphabet cones. So yes, I have some experience and I'm pretty good at finding shells, but that does not mean that I am the end all be all by any means. So it was just kind of fun to see other people who don't go shelling all that much also show up to the boat with like really amazing shells. And look at this weather. So there will be some lightning going on in there. I did have my Lighting app. The day was absolutely perfect. And again, part of the reason was that it was a low tide, and part of the reason was that my shell guide structured the tour so that I would be dropped off on that sandbar. Now, it's not guaranteed that that's going to happen when you go out. It really just shows how much she cares about the people that book with her, and she really will do her very hardest to make sure that you get the shell. So I always go out with Allie with SWFL Shell Guide. I'll put a link in the description box below. So I did take a little bit of garbage. It was only this one piece. It was 7.45 ounces actually. And that means in total, I've managed to remove a little over 78 pounds of garbage since I've been keeping track, which has been like since 2022. And would you look at this? There's some turkey wings, the sand dollars, some nacre. There's that black scallop. There was the egg cockle above. Look at these bay scallops, some sunray Venus clams, some calico scallops. There was the dusky comb worm snail, true tulip, cerith, and horseconch. There's some banded tulips, Cinctura hunteria, some moon snails, some shark eye moon snails. That one slipper. There's some augers, some fighting conchs. Above that, we have a coquina, the rose petal Tellin. There was a paper fig and a pear whelk, a buttercup lucine, Florida prickly cockle, giant Atlantic cockles, some spiny jewel boxes, the nutmeg, the calico clams, the broad rib carditas, apple murex, some lightning whelks, the lettered olives, some little horse conchs, and then the alphabet cones. That was just bananas and so fun. Yeah, that's probably going to be the last time I'm going to have a great shelling day like this for quite a few months. So just going to really appreciate it. And believe me, I did. It was a gorgeous night to be out there. All those cones. It was so fun. And didn't get rained on. Got to see a rainbow. Got to see a batfish. It just was a swell night. And I really appreciate you supporting me by watching, and Patreons, of course, for monetarily supporting me and allowing me to go out and share my wonderful experience with everyone, including all the fun critters and just all the things that I get to learn along the way. Now, next week, we're going to Fort Myers Beach. You know that that beach has a special place in my heart, and I'm going to go kind of on a recon visit. Last time I was there, they were still kind of laying sand down, so I'm going to go see what that looks like. So until then, I hope you have yourself a great week, and I'll see you again next Sunday.